What would you do just to have a day on streets of Tarkov with no other players? Fill your pockets with loot, fill up a big raid bag, full of nice juicy golden loot. How much money could you make? If this abandoned wasteland was just you and pockets full of juicy loot, how much money could you make? Would you finally save up enough money for that new Merrin car you've been dreaming of? Would you finally be able to start running meta kits without thinking about how much you spend? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get in raid without another PMC in sight. Just you. And all that loot. Max out the rubles. Max out the euros. Max out those dollars. You're going to get rich. The only limiting factor is you and how much time you're prepared to put in. Drop a comment down below and let me know just how rich you've gotten after watching this video. Right, so if you really want to get into an empty raid with no other PMCs, all you have to do is use your brain a little bit, okay? There are servers all across the world, and if you want to get a dead raid, then all you need to do is pick a fairly low populated server along with an antisocial hour for gaming and combine the two, and you're likely to get into a raid just you, maybe one or two other PMCs. I've been doing this for ages, and I can guarantee you that if you follow the method I'm going to show, you will absolutely get dead raids. I've made a fortune across labs, streets, and lighthouse by doing this continuously throughout the wipe. So, what do you actually have to do? Well, you need to start by changing the servers that you run. Let me show you which servers you should be running. When it comes to choosing servers, you open the launcher and go to change region. When changing region, what you want to be looking for is making sure that your ping is under 210. So the maximum I'm prepared to go to for myself, who's based in the UK, is Colombia, and that hovers around about 190 ping. It could probably get away with South America as well, but Korea, Japan, Australia, and China are all out of the question for me. Now, how are you going to know what server to play at what time of day? The best thing to do is to start by ping. Okay, the lowest ping is going to give you the best connection. However, I know that EU North typically is a very populated server. With it being very central in the global time zones, it is popular day and night. That also means there are often lots more cheaters on EU North. So, what I would do if I was you is I would have a look at a world map and look at different time zones. I'm based in the UK. I'm recording this at 2:40 p.m. and either you could look to try and play on a central look to play on central North America servers where it's nearly 8 a.m. or you'd look to play on the east coast of NA where it's just before 10 a.m. Okay, typically on a work day, most people will be at work and there will be fewer players online. Now, If you time this correctly and you find you're able to connect to a server where it's maybe 4, 5, 6 a.m., you're very unlikely to run into another PMC. So let's take Colombia as an example. It's nearly 9 a.m. in Colombia. Okay, if we was to fast forward time a little bit, then we're going to start getting towards midday, afternoon. People may finish early, people may take a break at lunch and may jump online. So I would then likely be looking further ahead in the day. So looking to move from servers which are local to me, and I'd be looking at servers which are to the east of me because they will be further ahead in time. Now, I know that I can connect to a number of different servers which are quite far ahead in time. Now, depending on the time of day, you want to be trying to time this on the most unsociable hours. The servers you choose are going to vary drastically depending on where you are in the world. But typically for me, I tend to play either East Coast, NA Central, Colombia, that's Colombia rather, and then I will often play servers in the Middle East and some of the servers in Russia, because doing so allows me to pick a time frame that is outside of peak playing hours. So, which servers do I recommend for particularly low populations? I'm going to suggest that EU North, EU Central are very populated servers. Okay, now one trick to show you how populated the servers are is to filter by average matching time. The lowest is the most populated server. So Russia East is currently one of the most populated servers right now, and Africa is currently one of the least populated servers. This will mean an increased matching time, but it will also mean less players, giving you the ability to run into raid and very rarely run into PMCs. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but very rarely will you run into PMCs if you time your server with an unsociable hour and choose a fairly unpopulated server. So the top picks for me personally would be Africa, Dubai, Middle East, and Colombia. I find that Colombia has been one of my preferred servers for this wipe. I found very few cheaters on Colombia. I found servers to be populated when it's a sociable hour, and I found servers to be fairly quiet during unsociable hours. Now, if you really are looking for the absolute deadest of raids, you just want to go in and make money and try not to come across a soul, then I would be recommending Africa, Dubai, Middle East, South America, and North America South, depending on the time of day. So now you should be equipped with everything you need to know to go into a dead raid and go and get rich. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing to the channel, because there's lots more useful guides that I've published around making money, different weapon builds, new quests for new players, and there's lots more to come. Catch you in the next one.